Alrighty, welcome to the first video here on the new Bleach channel. We talked about this recently. I've kind of teased with it a little bit over on like the Dokkan side of things. If you guys don't know, typically I cover a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle as well as Dragon Ball Legends once in a blue moon. So that is the sort of background that I have here for covering a game like this. Dragon Ball Legends appears to be the heavy inspiration for this game here, and I've been wanting to do a Bleach channel for a while, and this game gave me the reason to do so. So that is what we are going to be doing. We are going to be looking at a few things today and then sort of talking about it. And there is one thing I think that's going to be relatively interesting here, where characters from the Thousand Year Blood War are going to be appearing in this game pretty early on. You'd think with something like Soul Resonance, where it took a little bit, we had a lot of just Arankar arc stuff, and then it's just like, bam, here we are, limited time, Thousand Year Blood War collaboration, and now we are here. So this game appears to be after that. It says in the wake of the Thousand Year Blood War, so that just kind of leans towards it being more of a Thousand Year Blood War focused and onwards. So that is pretty cool. And that also is going to include a fun character. You guys may know who I'm talking about if you've already seen it. But the first thing that I want to do is take a look for the first time here at this trailer and then sort of talk about it, and then look at a few other things that are going to be related to the game and then kind of move on from there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and check out what this trailer's got for us. Okay, just wanted to make sure the audio was good. All right, let's see what we got. I may have to be careful with songs. We'll see. In the wake of the Thousand Year Blood War, yep, the same ad we got earlier. And then we saw this at Anime Expo, I believe. These were like custom characters here. So let's check this out. Okay. Yeah, she's new. He's new as well. And I've seen this character everywhere on Twitter. It's crazy. I'm sure she'll be the fan favorite for a while. Okay. Yeah, avatar customization in a mobile game, that's pretty cool. Legends has this with Shallot. This is like their OC for the game. But the difference here is that Kubo drew these compared to Legends, where it's not, like Toriyama didn't draw Shallot. Okay, the goat. Okay, yep. Okay, yep. All fun and games there, huh? Whoa! Vietta's already here? Yes. Okay. Nice!
Bleach, mirrors high.
I don't like that dub voice. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, Bandai. That's always interesting, but that looked pretty good. Really, the surprise there to me was that Bambi was in there. That really kind of caught me off guard just a little bit. Again, I've seen a lot of this stuff on Twitter, but that is all kind of for the trailer there. That's all pretty interesting. And there are going to be some other things in here. I guess this is going to be, was this from the trailer? This is going to be sort of the gameplay first look here. So if we look at this here, this is very, very similar to Dragon Ball Legends with how it's moving, right? Tagging in characters, pressing arts cards, doing all of these fun things with chain attacks and all of that. The HP bar format is very similar, with the enemy being on the top, yours on the bottom. You got the numbers there. You've even got like the what looks to be like a Rising Rush almost in the back there. So a lot of interesting stuff here with gameplay, and I've seen some negative things about this, but I think one thing that's really important to remember is the fact that this is all in like beta. It's very early on. So just keep that in mind when we are looking at something like this. This is not going to be just like all we've got for the game right now. So this is all fine and good. And again, Legends, when their beta came out, also did not look the best. It's just, it takes a little bit. And I think with some time here, this game may have some potential. And again, there certainly is buzz. Like, it's not just like 5 people care about this. Like, you guys can see the first gameplay look here, and this tweet, the accounts that I'm gathering information from will be linked in the description, but posted earlier today, you guys can see 1 million views here on just the gameplay first look. I've seen a lot of negative things talking about, this and that, talking like the quality and things, but I think that this game has a ton of potential. But Continuing on here from Bleach Game News, as you guys can see, Bleach Mirror's High has many different arts per character. Safe to assume that it will be locked behind dupes similar to Dragon Ball Legends. So if you guys do not know, I don't know what would be the best way to do this. I guess we'll kind of just quickly talk about this. Sometimes in Legends, characters like of the Legend rarity and the supporter tier are going to have, or the supporter rarity, I should say, are going to have different types of artwork based on the amount of dupes that you have. So I would assume that for Rukia here, this would be like the SSR version or like the base version, and then if you max her out, you guys can kind of see here this may be that, right? It's all kind of speculative because we don't have a ton going into the game right now, but with the art right here, this is relatively interesting. I think that, you know, art per dupes, it's kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, again, it's like Legends, the art doesn't change dramatically. It's more of the effects around this, but this is like a different pose, everything. You could see the Zanpakuto toe, it's facing down and now it's facing up when you look in here. So it's like a completely different artwork here based on the character. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. Maybe it'll be like an alternate art that you can buy with like a summon currency or something like that. It is all kind of in the air right now, but that is very interesting. And then moving along, we have, again, being able to change artworks. If we go over here to the character screen, you guys can see, like I said, change artwork. And this is going to be based on whether or not, how quickly we're going to be able to do that. We'll have to wait and see. But with this Ichigo here, you're going to be able to change his artwork based on this, and it's just going to depend. Now, with I'm drawing a lot of comparisons to Dragon Ball Legends because I think that that's important. So with Dragon Ball Legends, the way that you can change like alternate stuff here with characters is you can change their outfit to have like the alternate color scheme. So if a character is like, you know, if there's two of them on the battlefield, one will have an outfit and then the other one will have a separate one. Think about it as in like Rebirth of Souls, where the Bankai Ichigo has like a black robe, and then if you're using like the alternate color, it's red. So it could be something like that, or it could just be like a different artwork. And we've seen like examples of that on Twitter already. So this could potentially be something as well, but the potential for this game does look pretty high. And then obviously this artwork does look very good. Continuing on here, this is pretty crazy, right? Bankai Rukia being in the base game. Now you think about that, and it's like, this game is so early on, and we have like, it's literally like, it's not even out yet, and we're already seeing like this stuff. And I think that this circles back to what we were talking about earlier here, where it's like the wake of the 1,000-Year Blood War. So starting in this timeline, I think actually ends up making a lot of sense, and it's going to get us into a lot of the stuff that's going to correlate with the anime and stuff like that, and that's going to work out much better in the game's favor here with this right here. So being able to go already into the 1,000-Year Blood War stuff and a version of Rukia, which is not very common. You think about Bleach Brave Souls, which is in its 11th year here coming up, and it still does not have a standalone version of this character. It's a transforming version, so that is something, and the fact that we are getting this character here is going to indicate that we could potentially get anything from the 1,000-Year Blood War at this point, and that is going to be pretty exciting for how we're going to be looking for like the anniversary of this game, for maybe like the half anniversary for a few of the first major celebrations. This could be something here where we're going to see more going forward with something like this. So I think that that is pretty exciting and all of that fun stuff. So Bankai Rukia being already in the game and the files and all that fun stuff is going to be indicating something pretty huge for this game. Now, moving along to the last things that I want to talk about today, this is going to be the first look at the, this is going to be the app icon here. I know that. And then this artwork is obviously very clean. And then we will have to see. This is Soul Society Ichigo, obviously, with the design here. And then last but not least, we have PvP being officially confirmed. So again, correlated to Dragon Ball Legends, it's going to have PvP. So we'll have to see if PvP is the main thing here with this game, or if it's just a side mode, because with Dragon Ball Legends, again, I'm sorry, we just have to keep referencing it, but PvP is the main driver of the game. It is the main center of how units are designed. The kits are considered with PvP in mind. So this is going to be a major thing. And where that ends up potentially being an issue is the fact that with PvP, specifically in gacha games like this, players can usually be intimidated from going in due to a lack of dupes, due to a lack of team composition, being scared to give the game a try. There's just a lot going on that kind of can potentially hold someone back from going in, but I think that this could potentially be something pretty interesting. So with this here, I bring all this up to say that a lot of people don't want to sweat that hard. They don't want to try super hard in these games, and usually the offline experience is preferred by a lot of players. With Dragon Ball Legends, again, it wouldn't seem like it from like the community on social media, but there are a ton of players who just do not touch PvP because they don't feel like learning it. So we'll just have to see if this is the core of the game. But due to the fact that the user interface is so similar, and maybe if we pull this account up, we can find this here. This Bleach Game News is a very good account, by the way. But if we go in here, you can see Rukia artwork, all the different fan service going on here. That's not important. What I'm here to find is the side-by-side. I'm trying to see if we can find this in here. Is this going to be in here? Maybe not with, no, I guess not. It's not going to be in here, but there is a side-by-side. Let me find it really quickly. Okay, so this is what I was looking for, the user interface. This is like literally the same exact thing where you select your language, the way that it looks. You can just tell that Bandai is making like a copy of this game here. And then especially with this is also going to be looking like the exact same. You got the title screen, the Bandai logo up here, the version numbers, and all of that fun stuff. So there you have it. New Bleach game, new channel, all of that fun stuff. Let me know what you guys would like to see for this game moving forward. Again, I'm very excited to get started with this game here. Just, again, an excuse to upload Bleach content. We got a new game coming out, so we'll see. We'll try this out, see how it goes. But I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Don't forget to leave a like before you go. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next one.